Springs.
Good afternoon. I'm Olivia Sandusky. Thank you for joining us. We are covering some breaking news this morning. The Riverside County District Attorney's Office holding a press conference updating the public on the case of missing Cabazon infant Emmanuel Haro. The infant's parents, Jake and Rebecca, on Tuesday were formally charged on accusations of murdering their infant son. This morning in Riverside, the district attorney, along with sheriff officials from Riverside and San Bernardino counties, saying Emmanuel was a victim of abuse for an extended period of time and that both parents would have been aware of this type of abuse. An emotional moment today when District Attorney Mike Hestron criticized the judge who said that Jake Haro was provided a lenient sentence after he was charged with abusing his daughter back in 2018.
That decision was absolutely outrageous. Mr. Haro should have been in prison at the time that this crime happened. And if that judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today.
That press conference finished just about 10 minutes ago. Our NBC Palm Springs' Brett Rosen was live at the meeting, and he joined us now in Riverside with the very latest. Brett, what are some of the most important details you learned this morning?
Well, yesterday we were at the Hall of Justice in Riverside, where both Jake and Rebecca Haro, parents of Emmanuel Haro, the missing 7-month-old, were first seen in court. Their arraignment pushed back to next week. Now today, still in Riverside, just outside the district attorney's office in Riverside, there was a press conference for the media with updates on this case. Now, Riverside County District Attorney Mike Hestron talked about how tech-heavy this investigation was, mentioning some of the evidence that led to the arrest of the parents were in part of Rebecca's inconsistent accounts when looking back at nearby surveillance footage. Also speaking was Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco and San Bernardino Sheriff Shannon Dykes. They talked about how jurisdiction didn't matter and how what mattered was the case itself and how both departments helped in this investigation. Also what was said were updates on if Emmanuel Haro's remains were found. Take a look.
We found inconsistencies in Rebecca's statement, and as a result of that, there was no other vehicle to put out on an Amber Alert or anything, and I know many of you were wondering why that didn't occur. But really, after finding out those inconsistencies in the statement on the initial report, that's where hundreds of hours of investigations have come in by our Specialized Investigations Division to try to get to the bottom of what's really going on here.
I believe that Emmanuel was severely abused over a period of time, and that that's the reason for the filing the way it was, is that he was abused over a period of time. Both parents would have been aware of that abuse. Look, there are professionals that are looking for the remains of this child. If the public has any information, then we ask for their help. So we don't know exactly where the remains are. We have some ideas in terms of where we're going to look and where we're going to continue to investigate.
Now, something that was mentioned was how difficult cases like this can be without finding the body or finding remains. However, what Mike Hestron did say is that the department is ready for a case like this and they are prepared. Now, another thing that was mentioned is that the DA is not looking for a plea deal. They're looking to take this to court, and that arraignment will be next week, September 4th. Live in Riverside, outside the district attorney's office, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
Brett, thank you for that update this morning. Of course, we'll continue the coverage at 5 and 6 o'clock here on NBC Palm Springs, so please stay with us for more details. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside now from our Agua Caliente casino camera. This is downtown Palm Springs. You see some pretty puffy big white clouds out there. Let's check in with Jerry Steffen because the weather has been another main headline for us this week.
Yeah, 2 days ago we had showers and thunderstorms, a little bit of that yesterday. Today we clear out as far as rain is concerned. Yeah, the clouds will thicken. 87 degrees in Palm Springs, 39% relative humidity. Southeast end of the valley thermal 91 degrees and 49% relative humidity. So a touchy humidity will be with us as clouds begin to thicken throughout the day. 86 degrees at Yucca Valley, 91 Desert Hot Springs, 94 degrees at Indio, 97 at Palm Desert. We'll get into the low 100s today for highs in the valley. Radar, yeah, nothing happening here in the Coachella Valley. That could change tomorrow. All the monsoonal moisture staying to the east of us, but we're going to get influx of moisture thanks to a tropical storm. I'll explain all that coming up in the full forecast this half hour. Dew points up there near 60 degrees this afternoon and 101. Our forecast high for Palm Springs, putting us a handful of degrees below normal, 103 at Indio today. Comfort Air 3-day forecast below 100 thanks to the clouds we're getting tomorrow, and then back to just above 100 degrees for Friday, a little more sunshine. Full forecast. I'll explain that chance of rain for tomorrow coming up in just a few minutes. Keep it here.
All right, thank you, Jerry. Let's turn to some more local headlines this morning. The Boys and Girls Club of Cathedral City will be holding a Back to Club night. It's next week, September 4th. It's at their clubhouse on Whispering Palms Trail. The public is invited to meet the staff, tour the facilities, and learn about programming. You can learn more on our newsroom tab of our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. We've got all the details. And time is running out to share your feedback on the new Palm Springs zoning map. The deadline, Friday, August 29th. We've got the questionnaire as well on our website for this one. You can provide your feedback and give all the details again for the proposed new zoning districts. And a road alert to tell you about in Palm Springs. This one's for tomorrow. Traffic signals will be flashing red at the South Palm Canyon Bridge. This runs Thursday from 7 a.m. until 3 in the afternoon. The intersection of South Palm Canyon Drive and East Sunny Dunes Road. There will be a crew out there directing traffic as workers continue to prepare the area for a water line installation. A vigil was held in La Quinta last night to honor local Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez. Lopez and 12 others were killed during the U.S. troop withdrawal from Afghanistan. Our NBC Palm Springs' Kaylee Robinson has more on the night.
Saturday will mark 5 years since that troop withdrawal from the Kabul airport in Afghanistan. And for the 5th straight year, mourners gather to remember Hunter Lopez and the 12 others who gave their lives in service of their country. This is what it looked like at Civic Center campus. Hundreds of supporters joined the Lopez family to honor all the soldiers and their service. Attendees also held lightsabers, which was a tribute to Lopez, who had a passion for Star Wars. Tuesday's event comes one day after President Trump signed a proclamation honoring the fallen, with members of the Lopez family inside the Oval Office for the ceremony.
We remember these great 13 souls, but we also remember the people that were so badly injured, our soldiers, 32 of them approximately.
Lopez was 22 when he was killed. He would have been 26 years old today. His name also lives on through a special scholarship called the Hunter Lopez Memorial Scholarship, which supports La Quinta High School graduates who plan to pursue a career in public service. Live in studio, I'm Kaylee Robinson.
Our thanks to Kaylee for that report. Still ahead on your midday news, California authorities claim to have solved the nation's largest Home Depot theft case. We'll have more on how they cracked that case right after the break and a live look outside. This is our Indian Wells Golf Resort cameras talking about the clouds out there. Looks like some golfers enjoying the day and a little break in the rain. Jerry Steffen has your full forecast later on, so stay with us.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs. Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. Let's turn to some news out of San Diego County this morning as we head around the region. Authorities are looking for a female inmate who they say simply walked away from a re-entry facility in San Diego. 37-year-old Angel Rayburn, who you see on your screen, allegedly tampered with her ankle monitor, walked out of a female community re-entry program facility Tuesday night. She's described as 5'5", weighs 155 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Anyone who sees her is urged to contact their local law enforcement agency or call 911. Authorities say they've cracked the largest Home Depot theft case in the country. On Tuesday, the Ventura County Sheriff announcing the arrests of 9 people. They're accused of hitting 600 Home Depot stores across Southern California. The sheriff says at times they would have hit every Home Depot in the county in just one day. This is some surveillance video of some of the suspected thieves in action. The sheriff saying they stole merchandise, then sold it to contractors for lower prices.
The crew wasn't just grabbing random items. They were highly organized and targeting Home Depot and focusing on expensive electrical components like breakers, dimmers, switches, and outlets. The total loss for this operation, over $10 million.
Detectives have been on this case since January. They say the thefts have been going on for years. And also on Tuesday, travelers at the Santa Barbara airport got a scare when a jet bridge suddenly collapsed. According to the airport, the jet bridge collapsed during routine maintenance. This was around 9:30 in the morning. At least 2 maintenance workers sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. They were taken to a local hospital for evaluation. No passengers were on the jet bridge at the time of the incident. The airport's 3 other bridges were visually inspected after the incident. They remain in use. The cause of the collapse is not known at this time. The incident did not impact any travel at the airport on Tuesday. Authorities said there is no active threat after a shooting at a Minneapolis church this morning. Law enforcement officials confirming the shooter is also dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The shooting happened at Annunciation Church. A school, Annunciation Catholic, is located next door. Currently, it's reported 2 children have been killed, 17 others wounded. The FBI is on scene. The Department of Homeland Security is also currently monitoring this situation. President Donald Trump held a wide-ranging 3-plus-hour cabinet meeting covering everything from crime to a fight with the Federal Reserve. NBC's Alice Barr has details.
President Trump flanked by his cabinet, speaking at length on a range of topics, from expanding National Guard deployments into more big cities against the wishes of Democratic officials who call it unconstitutional.
I would have the right to do anything I want to do. I'm the president of the United States. If I think our country's in danger, and it is in danger in these cities, I can do it.
To pushing to expand his crime crackdown in Washington, D.C.
If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty.
The president also weighing in on his intensifying battle with the Federal Reserve, asked about his unprecedented effort to fire Lisa Cook from the Fed's Board of Governors over his administration's accusations of mortgage fraud.
She seems to have had an infraction, and she can't have an infraction.
Cook has not been charged with a crime. She denies wrongdoing, saying President Trump has no authority to fire her, adding she will not resign and does plan to challenge the move in court. The Federal Reserve and the president both saying they will abide by the court ruling, while the president said he wants to fill her seat with someone who agrees with him on cutting interest rates to help the housing market.
Once we have a majority, housing is going to swing, and it's going to be great.
Many economists warn lowering rates too quickly risks raising inflation, and critics point to larger questions about the Federal Reserve's independence to make decisions about the economy free of political pressure. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Let's take a break from the headlines, bring you outside for a live look from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Jerry Steffens in next to tell us more about our 7-day forecast.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News.
Well, clouds are beginning to build, as you can see in our Agua Caliente casino cam behind me. We'll have overcast conditions tomorrow. Now, yesterday we were below 100 degrees in Palm Springs, 96 the high, 107, that's our normal high, and we'll be above 100 degrees today, a little warmer. And still some humidity out there. Right now, 91 degrees at Desert Hot Springs, Thousand Palms 92, partly cloudy 87 degrees at Palm Springs, 85 at Banning. Winds under 10 miles an hour, not going to be a problem. They'll pick up out of the west later today, like they have been over the past few days. Radar quiet over Southern California. We did begin with the marine layer. That is basically cleared out. You can see some lightning happening over the Four Corners states. That's where the monsoonal moisture will be today. It did back off a little bit, so no rain for us today. We did see some the last 2 afternoons around the valley. So hot and a little bit humid today. 100 to 106 are range of highs. Like I said, clouds begin to build throughout the day. As far as today, Juliet moisture begins to move in our direction. I'll explain more on that coming up in a bit, but nothing for rain in our area. In fact, the GEFS says, yeah, nothing here. Although, looking at another computer model, the HRRR says we could see leftover moisture lead to a mountain thunderstorm, maybe around the Santa Rosa Mountains, moving in later this afternoon, moving its way to the northeast. But yeah, that's about it. I don't think it'll happen. 101 in Palm Springs, 103 today at NDO, and cloudy skies later this afternoon with 104 in Palm Desert. Overnight lows, upper 70s, lower 80s, but clouds will be with us overnight tonight. Now, tomorrow things change a little bit. We've been tracking the tropics as we usually do. Juliet. Weakening a little bit, 50-mile-an-hour winds. It's moving into cooler waters. Sea surface temps around 70 degrees. That's what it'll be dealing with tomorrow into Friday. And as it moves up, low pressure center, that's a counterclockwise rotation, and this gear of a high is a clockwise rotation. So together, they'll pull that moisture up in our direction. It weakens. Basically, we're just robbing it of clouds and a few rain showers. 95 to 99 on Thursday, mostly cloudy conditions. Showers are possible over Southern California with that system. Juliet moisture being pulled up in our area. This is the ensemble forecast. You can see scattered showers over Southern California. A little closer look at that for our area. Nothing expected, maybe a sprinkle or two for the valley. Most of it over mountains, San Gorgonio Pass, maybe a couple light showers. But temperatures, because of the cloud cover, will be below normal. Double digits, folks. 96 degrees Palm Springs, 97 degrees at Cathedral City tomorrow, a cloudy 95 at Indio. Okay, surface moisture has been a problem over the past few days. We were hoping for drier air. Does not look like we'll get rid of the humidity altogether over the next few days. 60-degree dew points through Friday. Slightly drier air moves in Saturday and again on Sunday. Okay, back to the tropics. This is what's left of Juliet moving into the next few days, but we're going to expect some more storms to develop. Matter of fact, it'll be a busy September. Moving into the 1st of September, you can see we're looking at one storm rolling its way to the west, followed by another storm south of Cabo. That could become a hurricane. And then yet a third storm. Let's look at the date here, the 8th of September, and then the 9th. We could see a third storm move its way all to the west, though, over the open waters. That's good news there. So Kiko, Lorena, and Mario, possibly early next month. Comfort Air 7-day forecast 101 today. Building clouds, cloudy tomorrow. A shower, maybe. 96 degrees the high. Friday, 101, back to normal with 108 Saturday.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
A stunt some 18 months in the making was a success for the world-famous sky surfer who made the leap. However, the daring dive closed down a key bridge in the San Francisco Bay Area. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
It was a jaw-dropping stunt that started with jumping out of a helicopter 5,000 feet above the San Francisco Bay. Red Bull athlete and sky surfing pioneer Sean McCormack can be seen coasting down the iconic Bay Bridge and landing on a barge minutes later. A stunt by energy drink maker Red Bull that confirmed it took them around 18 months of planning, preparation, and training. Over a year of heads up that drivers waiting on the bridge early Saturday morning to cross into San Francisco wish they knew about. One blaming the drink maker on social media for missing their interview Saturday morning. Another saying this stunt was not worth the traffic. We wanted to know who approved this stunt and why there was no warning. What's your response to them and the fact that there was no notice?
I will look into it. But we have to expect that there'll be some inconveniences.
We made dozens of phone calls to the city, the county, the highway patrol, the local and state film commissions. Everyone pointed us to Caltrans, the state agency responsible for the bridge. Caltrans declined an interview and said they would send a statement. They never did. But we obtained the permit granted to Red Bull, which confirmed this jump was scheduled to happen Saturday, August 23rd between 6 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
So we learned that during that window, traffic was stopped twice on the Bay Bridge. Now, as to how long? According to Caltrans, CHP stopped vehicles for 8 to 10 minutes to accomplish that stunt.
They followed all proper protocols.
The crew set up at Red Java House in San Francisco. The owner said the crew was delayed due to weather.
It was all fogged in, so they weren't sure if they were going to be able to shoot it.
This permit also listed a coordinated city effort with CHP and an ambulance parked nearby. The total cost to taxpayers for this stunt is still unknown. However, the San Francisco Film Commission said their projections point to Red Bull spending approximately $8,000 in city fees.
This is great advertising for San Francisco.
State officials hope this serves as a lesson to inform the public.
We can always improve.
In San Francisco, Luz Peña, ABC 7 News.
All right, if you're interested in more stories that we have here on NBC Palm Springs, head to our website. Click on the newsroom tab. You can find all of the top stories from today, as well as any breaking news that happens, or if you'd like to catch any of Jerry's fabulous forecasts, they're all laid out for you there, NBCPalmSprings.com. And if you head to the Cool tab, you can find our contests and giveaways, and you can RSVP for Chloe Carlson's Farewell Bash, which is on Friday. We'll be right back.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more.
Before we go, a winner has been announced in the TSA Top Dog Contest. Drum roll, please. Steeler works security at Pittsburgh International Airport. The canine received the most social media votes in the TSA's national contest for cutest canine, beating out nearly 100 other four-legged challengers. He topped the final round of competition against 3 other dogs. Steeler is 2.5 years old. He's a lab named after the city's football team. He specializes in explosives detection. TSA notes that when he's not helping to keep travelers safe, he likes to play fetch and sometimes eat jumbo hot dogs. Don't we all? Steeler will be the cover model for the TSA's 2026 K9 calendar, which comes out in December. So congratulations, Steeler. Looks like a good boy.
Yeah. Well, this Wisconsin boy was hoping for a dog from Green Bay named Packer.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah, didn't happen.
Next year.
Okay. Forecast. Yeah, we're going to see the clouds build. Tomorrow, lots of clouds. 101 today, below normal numbers. 103 at Indio. Tomorrow, the numbers go down, clouds go up. Could see a sprinkle.
All right. More news at 5 and 6 tonight on NBC Palm Springs. We'll see you then.